Hello there, Macarb here, as usual. Monotheism. When you hear this word, you probably think about religions like Christianity or Judaism, that believe in only one deity and only worship that said deity. There may be minor spirits or angels involved, but they usually aren't prayed to, and typically only show up in religious stories and tales. You might think of churches or synagogues or mosques, the places that worshippers of Abrahamic religions and their sects go to pray. Generally, though, you wouldn't think of anything pagan. Obviously, no pagan religion is monotheistic, right? It just isn't something that pagan religions do. Or is it? Enter Zoroastrianism, possibly one of the most interesting ancient religions still practiced today. Zoroastrianism is a monotheistic, pre-Islamic faith that is believed to have originated in Iran, appearing as early as 4,000 years ago. In fact, it is believed to be the world's first and oldest monotheistic religion. Pretty neat, if you ask me. The founder is believed to have been a man named Zarathustra, or, as the Greeks called him, Zoroaster. Pretty much everything we know about him comes from the Avesta, which is a group of Zoroastrian religious texts. We don't know exactly when he was alive, but most evidence points to Zoroaster having lived between 1500 and 1200 BCE, before Common Era. At the very latest, he could have lived around 600 BCE. Anyway, Zoroaster was a prophet. He claimed that he had been having visions of a god he called Ahura Mazda. Ahura Mazda was, according to Zoroaster, the true god and creator of all things good in the world. Further, he also insisted that Ahura Mazda was the only deity that should be worshipped, the first known historical case of a monotheistic religion. Further, Zoroaster also believed that the universe was in a constant struggle between good and evil. In this struggle, Ahura Mazda was good. Zoroaster prophesied that, eventually, good would triumph over evil. This is also a relatively new religious trait, which is referred to as duality, the belief that there's two sides to the universe that oppose one another. Modern Abrahamic religions, particularly Christianity, also have the feature of duality. Zoroaster preached this religion, and it actually became quite popular across what was then Persia. The majority of the Persian Empire practiced Zoroastrianism up until 673 Common Era. This was when the Muslims invaded Persia, thus converting them to Islam. Some Zoroastrians managed to escape to India, however. Fast forward to the modern day, and Zoroastrianism is still practiced as a minority religion in India and isolated parts of Iran by around 200,000 people. Now that's just the general rundown of it. It gets a bit more interesting. You see, in Zoroaster's visions, he believed that he had been taken to heaven to speak with Ahura Mazda. Ahura Mazda told Zoroaster that he had an evil rival god named Abrahamic. This is what triggered the religion's dualistic tendencies. People who practiced it were encouraged to choose between good and evil, which were represented by Ahura Mazda and Abrahamic. Zoroaster didn't preach that people had to be good, though. He encouraged them to make their own decisions, good or evil, without his own bias. For example, if someone chose to tell the truth over a lie, they chose good. If they lie, they chose evil. This example was carried over into most other monotheistic religions, where lying became seen as somewhat of a sin, depending on the intensity of it. The only push that Zoroaster gave towards people to do good and follow Ahura Mazda was that, in the afterlife, their decisions in life were weighed. If they had done more good than evil, they went to heaven. If they did more evil than good, they went to one of the many layers of hell. Sound familiar? Later monotheistic religions like Christianity also have similar beliefs about heaven and hell, which were likely adapted from Zoroastrianism. Zoroaster also taught of angels, spirits, demons, and other non-deity spiritual beings, which also found their way into future monotheistic religions. Modern Abrahamic religions share a lot in common with Zoroastrianism, and it's quite interesting to look at. It's likely, in fact, pretty obvious, that Abrahamic religions quote-unquote evolved from Zoroastrianism, so to speak. What's funny, though, is that Zoroastrianism isn't Abrahamic. It appeared before the time Abraham was alive and wasn't based on his teachings. Despite having all the major features of an Abrahamic religion and having contributed to their developments, Zoroastrianism is considered a pagan religion. That's right, folks. The world's oldest monotheistic religion, which offered inspiration for the appearance of the three major world religions today, is pagan. Zoroastrianism, though considered monotheistic because it aims to worship only Ahura Mazda, technically does have other deities. Ahura Mazda did not create the world on his own in Zoroastrian beliefs. There are a few other deities which are known of, and both helped create the universe and administer it. However, the religion seeks solely to worship Ahura Mazda. It's similar to what a lot of practitioners of polytheistic pagan belief systems might do. They may acknowledge the existence of other deities in their pantheon, however they will only actively worship one or pay more attention to their patron deity. Zoroastrianism is, in my opinion, interesting for the fact that it's an odd natural hybrid between pagan beliefs and Abrahamic beliefs. It's polytheistic yet monotheistic, appearing in a time when polytheism was on the decline and monotheism began to rise to world dominance in the religious world. Despite being much like the three major Abrahamic religions of the world, Zoroastrianism is often set on history's back burner, not being given much attention. It is still around, too. Zoroastrian temples are still active in parts of India that practice it, and a Dakma, a tower of silence, where Zoroastrians perform burial rites, still operates near Mumbai, India. If anything, Zoroastrianism is a reminder that we should sometimes look towards the more obscure and ignored side of history. Sometimes some interesting things pop up, like the monotheistic pagan religion that spawned the modern Abrahamic religions of today. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about Zoroastrianism, and trust me, there's a lot more to be learned, I'll leave some links in the description for you to check out. Wishing you a beautiful morning, evening, and night wherever you are. This has been Macabre. Till next time. Hey, thanks for watching until the end. Before I go, I want to give some credit where it's due. This video and my entire channel would not have been possible without my amazing artist and even greater friend, Aura. Check out her Twitch below. If you like my content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks for watching!